Last weekend, I was very lucky to participate in an event organized by Dutchess County sheep and wool growers called Farm Spring Tour 2023. It's an event where 12 different farms open their doors and invite visitors to come and see the animals and ask questions and buy some of the stuff that these people produce. It's organized by the same people who organized New York Sheep and Wool Festival at Rhinebeck. And of course, I had to go and see the animals. And there's this is the season when all the little lambs are being born. So it was a perfect opportunity to see what's going on day to day at the farm for myself. Unfortunately, it's physically impossible to visit all the farms open on that day just because the sheer distance between them. But I was lucky enough to visit 6 of them. And I started my day with visiting Morehouse Farm, located in Pleasant Valley. And Diane, the owner of that farm, was very kind to give me a private tour of her farm and introduce me to the animals who live on that farm. And all the animals on that farm, this is their permanent home. They consider members of the family. They have llamas, they have alpacas, they have goats, they have a very cute little pig. They also have horses, chickens, ducks, turkeys, and they have their sanctuary for homing pigeons. So you can see all different kinds of homing pigeons there as well. And Morehouse Farm provides tours of the farm every weekend. So if you want to visit it for yourself, you can just go there on the weekend and you can take a walk with alpacas and llamas and spend some time there, spend some time with the animals. There is also a very nice little shop there where you can buy some souvenirs, or you can buy alpaca yarn or throws made out of alpaca. I'm sure you'll find something very cute to take as a souvenir home. Of course, I simply couldn't leave empty-handed from that farm. So I bought these 2 skeins. It's 100% alpaca. And then I got this little cute llama chain, blue llama. It's my latest obsession. And I got this yarn ball that also has a blue llama inside. So let me take you with me on this tour and show you around there.
That's going to be the dye garden, and we already collected a ton of the forsythia. We're going to dye next week with it. I'm going to collect some more too because we have a lot of bushes. Hey there, I am Diana and I am the owner of Morehouse Farm and also American Made Alpaca, and welcome to our farm. So everyone on the farm has a permanent home here. Half, if not a little more, of all the alpacas and llamas needed a home, and we were really glad to make them part of our family. Morehouse Farm offers farm tours and treks and goat walks as well. And we also have American Made Alpaca, where we take the fiber from these cuties and make stuff, socks, shawls, yarn, gloves, anything you can imagine with fiber. And we have a lot of fun with it. This year we are doing a dye garden. And so we're starting right over there, and we were planting all native plants that then we can use to dye our yarn, and I'm having a lot of fun learning all of that as well. We are different in that I believe we are the only working farm in the world that is also home to a sanctuary, and the sanctuary is a 501c3 called Dreaming of a Chance, and it rescues pigeons. So this is the only place that has both a working sanctuary and a working farm at the same time. And we have a lot of fun doing it, and have a lot of fun looking around the farm, and thanks for visiting. That's Gabriel and Perkins and Ura, and Rain is the llama. They're looking for cookies. So this is Bella. Bella was my first alpaca. Her and Mercy were the first two. And if you want to take pictures with her, she loves to do pictures. She loves to eat cookies. So Star Dancer is a llama, and you can tell by how big she is. She's running about 450 pounds. She also has these cute little banana ears, and llamas can pull carts, whereas alpacas are way too tiny to pull carts. Alpacas, which you see over here, Bella, who was out, is one, as is Maggie and Honey and Abigail and little Pearl. Pearl's a cria, so that means she's less than a year old. They have little triangle ears, and they are all about the fiber. Used to be just the royalty could wear fiber, but now you and I can as well. Llamas can protect herds, whereas alpacas are too tiny. I worry about animals getting in and hurting them, whereas a llama can take out most animals because they're nice and big. But both are incredibly sweet and incredibly soft babies. That's my boy. He's really cute, isn't he? He's a Vietnamese potbelly pig. So these are all part of the sanctuary. Good morning! You can see we have all different kinds of pigeons. We have fancies like Dante, who's a powder, and Knight, who just came out. You see he's got a fantail, as Sesame does as well. And then we have the white homing pigeons. We have king pigeons. We have blue bars, other racers.
He really wants to be part of this video.
This year we're building a third aviary because there's such a need for homes for the domestic animals. So the pigeons that we house here are all domestic animals, and just like puppies and kittens don't belong on the street, they don't belong either. They were hand raised by people, and they do not have the means to survive. Especially the white ones can be picked off by hawks, owls very, very quickly. Plus, a lot of times they carry parasites, and just like it is bad for the snakes to be in the Everglades, it's also bad for domestic pigeons to be out in the wild. They're sharing different parasites and viruses with the regular birds and wildlife, and it makes the wildlife sick, and they also get killed and eaten. It's estimated over 60% of racing pigeons never make it home. So 3 years ago, COVID hit, and my daughter's a huge animal lover, and she's going to college to be a vet, and she said that a lot of people were going to get birds, and then they were going to dump them as soon as life went back to normal, and unfortunately that is what happened. And so we started with chickens and ducks and turkeys, and then a little while into it, one of her friends bought a couple pigeons to us, saying that pigeons were in desperate need and she had rescued them and could we help, and that's when we started focusing on the pigeons. As far as I know, we are only one of 3 places that takes in pigeons, even though they were humans' first pets, and they have received medals of honors in the military. There used to be snipers just to take out pigeons. They were that important. They kind of have fallen out of grace, and we're trying to show people how wonderful and how important they have been to us as pets and livestock throughout history. And we are building, that's going to be grass in there, so that they can't dig it up, but they get grass all year round. Well, as long as the growing season is for New York.
I highly recommend you to visit that wonderful farm, spend time with the llamas and alpacas, and say hi to Diana for me. Thank you, Diana. It was absolutely wonderful to be a visitor of your farm. The next stop on my journey was Arrow M South Downs Wine and Wool Studio. The next stop on my journey was Point of View Farm, where the owners Carolee and Stan Wilson raise finship. I was also lucky to catch Jeff Trevor there, who was preparing delicious lunch. There was lamb stew and lamb sausage with spicy rice. It was really good. So here is my stop at Point of View Farm.
Oh, here we go. Say hello. So you can go ahead and touch. You can feel the fins. I don't know how familiar you are with other sheep breeds.
What breed is it?
This is Finn sheep. So they're a heritage breed from Finland.
No, I've never seen it.
And so my wife, being a fiber rider, she fell in love with the fins because, as you can feel, they don't have a lot of grease or much at all. And a lot of land.
Fiber artist? Yeah.
Carly, yes.
Yeah.
And so she wanted a breed she could really work with, and she also became a sort of class breeder, and we have a big following during shearing season. We have a lot of hand shearers who absolutely love our fleeces. We skirt, when you came in, you might have seen one or two ewes on the right side of the driveway there that were wearing coats still. They're the last to be shorn, and we do that for the entire flock before lambing, right up until shearing, so that it keeps all the VM and particulate matter out of the fleece, so you get a very high quality clean fleece.
My next stop was Black Sheep Hill Farm. And it's a charming farm. There's a lot of sculptures in the grounds there. The sheep were actually mostly sleeping, so I didn't get to see much of them, but I love talking to the owners of the farm, touching the yarn, and they also sell a lot of meat products and fresh eggs. So if you need it and you're in the area, stop there and you're not going to regret that. My next stop was what actually brought me to upstate New York, to be honest. I just had to see Morehouse Farm for myself. It's been a long time dream of mine ever since I interviewed Erin on my channel. And we became good friends. And I had to come and see where she works and where that amazing store is and just touch that wool and see those little lambs. So Erin was so kind to show me around, give me a private tour of Morehouse Farm. And I also got to meet Albert, who is the owner of the Morehouse Farm, and to play with little lambs. It was such an amazing visit. Thank you so much, both of you, for hosting me there. It was unforgettable.
Oh, look who I found.
Hello and welcome to Morehouse Farm.
This is the place I always see. And
Have a look around. We've got 4 different kinds of yarn in this room and even more farther back.
there's more.
There's more. Way 7 years ago, and she always wanted to sit in nature and be able to enjoy the birds. So this is, he built her this cabin. She recognized very European styling. She would just come and sit and knit. There's a stream here with a little waterfall. Saves them a lot of mowing. We get pasture. Milkweed patch for monarch butterflies. See that in the fall. Oh yeah, that's a good one. We're just kind of hanging out. You'll see the chocolate merinos as well as the white merinos, and then when she gets up, you'll see the one called Swirl. This is Irina. You met her at Vogue Knitting Live.
Hi, how you doing? Welcome.
Thank you. It's the one and only Morehouse alligator. Already gotten up and had a drink, and like they just did it all on their own. They don't need any help. It's fantastic.
Comes Mom.
Oh, no,
Where's Mama?
where's Mama?
Mom's right here.
Of course, I couldn't leave Morehouse Farm without getting some of this beautiful merino wool. So I got, hold on, 4 skeins of this beautiful turquoise color, and then 2 skeins of this like stone natural gray, and then this beautiful, I don't know what it is, pink. Love this. And then Erin was very kind and gifted me this necklace where you can size your needles and figure out what size needles you're using. Thank you so very much for your hospitality. You absolutely made my day unforgettable. It was so lovely to see you again and to meet Albert and to meet all the animals there. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. And my very last stop was Patchwork Farms. I had like literally 15 minutes. It was almost 4 o'clock. I spent the entire day from 10 to 4, the entire time they were open, visiting different farms. So I didn't have too much time to spend there, but it was lovely to meet the owners. And we were actually talking about having a little interview at some point in the future, and I hope that's going to happen. So here's my visit at Patchwork Farms. My only regret was that there was only one day to visit the farms. I wish I had more time and I could visit all of them because it was absolute blast to see all different places. If you've been to Rhinebeck in the fall, you know how beautiful the ride there is with all the foliage and stuff. Let me tell you, it's even prettier in the spring when all the trees are flowering and you see the pale green on covering the mountains. It's absolutely beautiful. Like half of the time I was feeling like I'm driving through the hills of Tuscany. I can't recommend this event highly enough. The organizers did a wonderful job putting it all together. And it was so lovely to meet all the farmers who actually create this beautiful yarn that we so love to knit and crochet with. So please consider visiting it next year, perhaps, or just take a little drive there and visit some of the farms, because a lot of these farms have classes that they teach, and they have stores where you can buy some yarn, or they have tours that you can take as well. Thank you for spending your time with me. I hope you enjoyed this program. If you did, please consider subscribing to my channel and tell me in the comments what you thought about it. Thank you so very much, and happy crafting.